She was 18 years old. On a yacht. And the door clicked shut. Shocking. Full stop. She is on a super yacht in the south of France. Champagne. Celebrities everywhere. One of the most recognizable faces in Hollywood. And her trusted friend, a woman she considers a protector, walks her down a narrow hallway, opens a door to a private cabin, and whispers 3 words. Get in bed. There is a man in that bed. Shirtless. Famous. Older. And Hayden Panettiere is 18 years old. Here is what she writes about that moment. My body no longer felt like my own. Stay with me, because this story is not what you think. Hayden Panettiere. You know her. Claire Bennett from Heroes, the indestructible cheerleader. The girl who was on TV before she could drive. Her face was everywhere before most of us even knew what Hollywood actually was. On the outside? Picture perfect. By 18, she had a career that most actors spend decades chasing. But here is what nobody was talking about. Behind that career was a girl who had been managed, directed, and groomed by adults since she was a child. Her word, groomed. She said she was raised like a little soldier. No was never an option. And that conditioning, that deeply instilled habit of trusting the adults around her and saying yes, is exactly what made that night on the yacht possible. Have you ever trusted someone so completely that when they crossed a line, your brain just froze? Because that is exactly what happened here. Drop that in the comments, I want to know. The trip starts perfectly. Mediterranean sun. A super yacht packed with celebrities, parties, non-stop champagne. And Hayden has her person, a woman she trusts completely. A confidant. A protector. She writes about swimming in the sea. Dancing until sunrise. Feeling safe. That is the word she uses. Safe. But here is what nobody's talking about. Hayden also writes that years of being handled by adults in Hollywood had already taught her something dangerous. That trusting the people around her was survival. That suppressing her own instincts was just normal. That foundation? It was already cracked before the yacht trip even started. Toward the end of the trip, during dinner, her friend asks her to come downstairs. Just to meet someone. She follows. Narrow hallway. Private cabin. And there he is, a famous 30-something British singer-songwriter, shirtless, in bed. Oh my God, she thinks. Is he naked under there? And then her friend whispers it. I want you to get in bed with him. And walks out. Think about that for a second. She writes that she initially complied. In shock. Frozen. Disconnected. My body no longer felt like my own. But then the door clicked shut. And something shifted. Was what happened to Hayden on that yacht a betrayal? Or something worse? I genuinely want to know what you think. Comment below right now. Her survival instinct kicked in. She told him, look, I don't know what she said to you, but this is not going to happen. And she left. She runs back to her cabin. Books a hotel. Starts packing. I felt like I'd been kicked in the face, she writes. But the part that really gets me? She does not describe feeling angry at him. She describes feeling betrayed by her. The woman she trusted. The woman who had pampered her and treated her like her best friend. She writes, then turned around and treated me like a call girl. It gets worse. There was also a separate incident at a Hollywood party, age 19. An Oscar-winning actor and director allegedly exposed himself to her. She is still not naming him. And there is a reason for that. A very specific, very calculated reason. Before I give you my take, did you catch what happened when she first walked into that cabin? Because most people miss it. She says she initially complied. Got into bed. In shock. Go back and reread that. Because that is the part that explains everything about what Hollywood does to young women who are trained from childhood to say yes. Here is what this really means. This memoir is not a scandal. It is a case study. Hayden is describing, in precise detail, the exact mechanism by which the industry exploits people it has spent years conditioning. She was not naive. She was not careless. She was 18, and she had been a little soldier since she was a toddler. Fans are responding with an overwhelming wave of support. Comments are flooding and calling her brave, calling her a survivor, saying they see her differently now. And honestly, I think that is the correct reaction. My take, clearly opinion, is that this book is going to be one of the most important Hollywood memoirs of the decade, not because of the famous people she did not name, but because of what she is describing about the system itself. Team, she should name everyone, or team, protect yourself first, tell me in the comments right now. Industry insiders suggest, and this is unverified, that there is quiet panic in certain Hollywood circles about which incidents might be identifiable even without names. That is just speculation. But it is worth watching. Here's the line that I keep coming back to. She was trained to survive Hollywood. Hollywood just did not count on her writing it all down. Like Moment, she was trained to survive Hollywood. Hollywood just did not count on her writing it all down. Next week we are going deep on the unnamed Oscar winner, what details in the memoir reportedly narrow down who it could be, and why lawyers are already paying attention. What we found is genuinely disturbing. If you want to be the first to know when that drops, you know what to do. I am pinning my personal take in the comments and subscribe. Go read it after this. She did not just write a memoir. She lit a fuse. And Hollywood is about to feel it.